Hi guys, this is Tracy Newman from the Navigator's Tarot, here to bring you some readings. I'm going to have a look and see what's going on in the earth plane at the moment. Oh, I'll just put my glasses on and I'll see what's going on. This is take 2. The other videos did not really work very well, so we'll just see what we'll find with what's going on the earth plane at the moment. Lots of crumbling, falling, old ways of being, just moving out. It's getting pretty hectic out there, pretty chaotic in the world. Best to come home to the self if you can at all, into your own havens, out in the bush if you need to, out in nature as much as you possibly can, because things are getting a little bit chaotic. And I do predict within the next 3 to 6 months, things will really start to shift and shake. Could be quite, you know, that could be quite literal, that literally that could be the earth plane, you know, actually shifting and shaking. Anyway, we'll just see how we go and see what I can come up with for the next week, what's coming up energetically. Yeah, so the Princess of Pentacles. So there's this propensity for all of us to sort of like move into, like I said, more into our havens, more into the peace and calm of who we really are, the truth of who we really are. That is our natural essence, is the peace and calm which we find within. Once we are connected to source and all that is, that's when you will find that peace and calm will come in naturally. But if you can get out into nature, into the bush, if you can, it's or down at the beach, doesn't really matter, anywhere in your garden, anywhere that you can just take your shoes off, go barefoot and just be. And that's where you'll find that connection to all that is. That's where you'll find your connection to source, and that's where you'll find peace, calm and unconditional love for you and everything around you. We have the Princess of Swords. So yes, and this will lead to a greater sense of truth, because, you know, a lot of us have been lied to over the years. We've actually now starting to come out. Look, there's still a few sleepers out there who are not getting with the program, who are not actually seeing things, seeing the truth for what it really is. They're still connected to the mainstream and still connected to mainstream TV, where they believe absolutely everything they're being fed. But that is all going to crumble and fall, and I predict probably within the next 3 to 6 months, things will really begin to shift, as I've said, and change. Anyway, yes, like I said, we're coming to this is what's hidden. We're coming to the end of burdens, even though it may seem that a lot of us are moving into a more burdensome time, because that's how it looks in our outer world, because that's how it looks when things are crumbling and falling. But we literally are going to be moving into new energies, because this is the ending of a millennia, that we are here now, present, and all of us are accounted for, and all of us are here to witness the crumbling of an old world structure and the beginning of something new. And of course, that is all happening on an inner level, as within, so without, as above, so below. So everything that we're seeing in our outer world is literally, that's what's going on in our inner world. So whatever changes you are beginning to see on an outer level, that is already occurring, and it is occurring in your inner world. So the crumbling and falling of the outer world and the chaotic stuff that's going on literally is about what's crumbling and falling within, that which no longer is needing to be witnessed by you any longer. And even though it can look a little bit chaotic, and there can be, you know, a little bit of conflict, it's sort of like this conflict in the air, but what it's actually doing is leading to a greater amount of truth. It's revealing a lot of untruths, and it will be a lot more disclosure coming from that, but that will lead to transformation into a greater sense of truth and transformation. So that is occurring for all of us at this point in time. And so the energies can get a little bit chaotic when this occurs. There is a lot of X-class flares and a lot of coronal mass ejections coming from the sun, which literally is changing the ionosphere of our Earth and Earth structure. And it is literally changing us as well. So as within, so without, we have our own central sun, which then of course is directly connected to the outer sun, the higher sun, and goes down into the central earth there where the central sun exists. But we also have that central sun which lies in the solar plexus within. So it is that connection to all that is through that system. Then we have the card of sacrifice, which of course is coming to the end of all of these darker aspects to self and the aspects of darkness that we see in our outer world. That is changing, shifting, moving into something greater, something lighter, something which requires us to see truthfully, but also to see it with new eyes that literally have no fear, that literally only belong in truth and unconditional love. Prince, so this is, there is a propensity still for a lot of us to, or a lot of people to not wake up to what is going on and not see what is right in front of them, because they are covered by a veil of illusion. But there will be movement forward, and as I predict, within 3 to 6 months, maybe a little longer, no one will be able to sleep any longer. They will have to awaken, because things are literally going to shift and move, and I mean like the earth literally may shift and move on a large scale. Anyway, I hope this all makes some sort of sense, and I shall see you anon. Bye for now.